So today we're reading about the honeybee. The honeybee is a social insect that lives in highly organized groups. The colonies comprise a single queen bee, hundreds of drones, and thousands of worker bees. Gee, I'm seeing some common characteristics between some of these insects that we've been talking about. The worker bees not only build the hive, but also make honey with pollen and nectar from flowers, and wax from resins and other products extracted from trees. So extracted means taken out of, that they take that material out of the trees. A commuter town. I think once earlier in the fall we talked about that word commute, when people travel back and forth from their work to their home. So let's see how honeybees are commuters. Honeybees live in large groups that share the same hive. The hive is like a town and has several purposes. It is, oh, I love these bulleted lists, a place where pollen and honey are stored to feed the bees in winter when flowers are no longer available. A place to breed the new members of the colony, a gathering place to rest, a safe home where the bees are protected from the rain, cold, and heat. I just love these pictures in this book. There's a picture of the hive. I see a lot of bees going in and out. Let's see what these diagram bubbles say. The nest is built from wax formed into hexagon-shaped chambers called cells. And we remember that hex means 6. There's the shapes. The cells are hexagon-shaped because this shape gives the most space with the least amount of wax. That's interesting. Very good design. Initially, the honeycomb is light in color, but it gets darker and more fragile when aging until the time comes to build a new one. So fragile, we talked about that word a little bit in some of our vocabulary lessons, and it means that it's easily damaged or destroyed. How it's built. The best location. This can be a hollow tree trunk, a strong high branch, cave, or shed. Buzzing to work. The worker bees clean the surface where the hive will be attached. Unlike a human house, the construction takes place from top to bottom. Oh, right, we have to start with the ground and go up, and they go from the top and build down. Keeping clean. The cells where honey is stored and eggs are laid are covered with wax and propolis, resin paste, to protect them from mold and bacteria. Honeybee characteristics. Worker bees are 1/2 inch, the queen is 1/4 inch, and drones are 5/8 of an inch. I wonder if you have a ruler handy if you could compare those sizes. Lifespan. Worker bees live for a few weeks, but the queen bee can live up to 5 years. Habitat. Gardens, fields, woods, and clearings worldwide. Behavior. Social animals that live in groups or colonies. Feeding. Herbivorous. Now we know herbivores eat plants. Pollen, nectar, and honey. Enemies. Hornets, mammals, bears, mice, and skunks, and birds, swallows, magpies, and others. I love this little blueprint page in this book. So let's look at the materials they build with. A tree branch or trunk. A strong branch or the sides of a hollow tree trunk are good supporting structures. Oh, we've talked a lot about that in STEAM Academy, how to make a good supporting structure. Wax, main building material produced by worker bees. The bees chew the wax, mixing with saliva to make it supple so they can work and shape it with their jaws to form cells. So supple means that you can bend it and manipulate it so that it can be formed around something. So that kind of reminds me when we were building our bridges, how some of us decided to use Play-Doh and clay to make that a supporting place and kind of stick things together. Propolis, a substance that protects the honeycomb from infections. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I knew that that material was in there before. Okay, so there's our beautiful honeybee.